Hi, Mark here. The extensions on a miter saw stand are there to support long boards at both ends, but they still leave me wishing I had full support along the whole length of the board. Now, I've seen some extension tables that qualify as permanent pieces of furniture, but in my very small and evolving shop, I want something light and portable that can be set up and taken down quickly and easily. Let me show you what I came up with. Most of my cuts are through pine 1x4s and 1x2s, so a pine 1x4 like this one was quite large enough and sturdy enough for my extension table. I started with this 6-foot long 1x4 and I routed a 1/4 inch slot along the whole length of it, stopping just 2 inches short at either end. Next, on the underside, using a 1/2 inch router bit, I routed a 1/2 inch wide slot, not quite 3/16 inch deep, to accept this 1/4x20 T-bolt. Next, I glued wood blocks like this every 18 to 20 inches along the bottom, both to stabilize the table and to maintain a 1/4 inch slot width here. When the glue dried on these blocks, I put the board on the router and finished the 1/4 inch slot and the 1/2 inch slot at both ends so that they went all the way through. When I finished that, I glued blocks on at both ends on the underside as well, so that the slots are maintained all the way along the length of the table. Next, I routed a very shallow 1/2 inch wide groove here and installed this very thin adhesive-backed steel ruler that reads from right to left. I make handcrafted art easels, so there are certain lengths that I cut frequently. I've permanently marked those lengths on the top of the table like this one here. This wood block, fitted with 2 1/4 inch dowel rods and a T-bolt with a locking knob, allows me to insert it like this, and I can set a stop anywhere along this board. And using this edge, I'm able to use virtually the full length of the board to lock down a stop. When I turn the stop around like this using the long edge, I can put that long edge right up against the edge of the blade like that, lock it down, and it'll measure exactly at the 1 foot mark on this end because this board is exactly 1 foot long. So to measure and cut short pieces then, I simply read the inch markers in red coming away from the 1 foot mark. That way I can get accurate lengths on short pieces. I built and screwed this support post to the bottom of the table. It locks into the bracket that held the original roller support. I added this stop so that the table always sits at the proper height. I added this hinged leg to support the outboard end and keep the table level. This table can be set up, taken down, and stored quickly and easily. To mount the table to my saw, I removed the original miter saw support extensions and reinserted them upside down like this. A groove routed on the underside of the table fits over this support extension on this side, setting the correct height and keeping the table parallel to the saw's fence. I built a smaller corresponding table for the right side to fully support the cutoff pieces. There you have it. That should give you plenty of ideas for adding extension tables to your own miter saw.